Hi, this is Rachel again for Viva Naija. This time I'd like to speak to you about Wakaa the Musical. Wakaa came to London. Listen, I went to watch this musical last night. This was at the Shaw Theatre near King's Cross. It's on Euston Road. And to be fair, Viva Naija has been speaking about this event now for the last sort of 6, 8 weeks, just because I was so stoked. I was so excited that there was a Nigerian musical actually being on London's West End. I mean, after Broadway in America, it's the West End, right? When it comes to culture and theatre and musicals and things like that. So for us, just to be able to celebrate something Nigerian, I didn't even have any idea about the plot. I had no idea what we were going to end up watching. I mean, I imagined that being a musical, there would be a lot of music, which is not always my cup of tea because, that's like Sound of Music and things like that, and they barely speak and there's lots of singing in it. But I just thought, whatever, we're actually breaking boundaries, whether it's sweet, whether I know sweet. I did go watch I can't wait, and I was already so proud of the producer, who is Bolanle Austen-Peters, before I ever even got there. I couldn't make the opening night, unfortunately, due to health reasons, so I went ahead yesterday, and I have to tell you, it's been more than 24 hours, no, less than 24 hours, more than 12 hours. I am still so excited. I'm so buzzed. I can't remember the last time I remember being this proud to be Nigerian. She smacked it. It was so fantastic to see. It's basically like they took our entire culture, our entire who we are, the things that we go through once we leave school, the good, the bad, and the ugly, and put it into a fantastic little package. I the first thing that I was completely excited about was how busy the hall was leading up to it. So when you go and pick up the tickets, I was so happy for the cast. I was so happy for Bolanle herself that the place was completely packed out. I don't know, for the people who don't live in London, and for the people who do, you'll know that we don't always get the kind of attendance that we should at our productions and our things. So to see something just completely full the way it was on second nights, not even the opening night, was just amazing, and I was already so excited. Get to the seat. I think the theatre could have, I think it's a 150 seater or 200 seater, full to the brim, no spaces anywhere. Now I understand that it's even completely sold out for the 5 days, which is phenomenal. I can't believe it. So that's good as well. The place started, it was a bit of a slow burner. It was a bit of, okay, so how does this tie in with this, and what's this one zone inside the whole matter? But as soon as it got going, oh my God, it was so good. First of all, it was very much us. It was very much our culture and things like that. So the first thing I noticed was like, what's up with the phoneme? What's up with everybody's trying to sound American, everybody's doing wanna, gonna, and all of this. And I was like, oh, actually, if you've ever been to Lekki, if you've ever been to, I don't know, some parts of Lagos and some parts of Abuja, that's how everybody speaks. Plus the people who, the only time they ever saw Muritala Muhammad was when they, saw off a cousin who was going to catch a flight. By the time they get to Ikeja and come back, they are speaking with a phoneme accents. The people who've never left the country before, everybody is speaking with a phoneme accent. So I thought, what's all this fun? And I thought, yeah, actually, that's a true representation of Nigeria. That's how we think we should sound if we want to sound educated, if we want to sound exposed, right? So that's that about that. I don't know if I'm allowed to do spoilers because I don't know where they're going to take it to. I don't know if I can tell you what happens. I don't know if they're going to, condense it into a film and then try to get it on Iroko. I hope they do because it's so fantastic, although to watch it live will probably be the best option, but it's just 5 days, and I take on board that not everybody's going to get to see it because I understand they're not taking it all around the country. What else did I notice that I really liked? Oh, there was a representation of, I want to say Uyo or Calabar, like a wedding. They showed a part of a wedding, and they brought the masquerades on board and the dances, and it was all just so Nigerian. You felt like standing up and singing the national anthem or something. I walked out of the hall feeling so patriotic. There were, there was the representation of Agbada. There was representation of cross river dressing or rivers. I'm sorry for the people from that area if I get them mixed up. I know I do. There was just a complete mixture of things that we do. There was an election that showed exactly how we deal with elections. So there was one party that came and was speaking big English and everything, and then there was another party that was just about stomach infrastructure. So basically, with all their effigy and all the pizzazz, they were the ones who got elected, only to do nothing, the way our politicians do nothing. Yes, I'm talking to you. So it was just completely amazing. I want to say this about some of the actors, right? So you know how you go and watch something and you very quickly cotton on to, oh, this is the lead, this is the female, this is the partner, blah, 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 blah. These are the people we're supposed to look out for. Every single one of them, let me start this by saying, all exceptional. But there were some standout. For me, it wasn't even the people who were meant to be the leads that ended up clinching it for me. Big shout out to Otumba, the gentleman who played Chief Sage, Bimbo Manuel. Bimbo Manuel, we are not worthy. Perfect performance. He clinched his part unbelievably. He was funny, he was empathetic, he was everything he was meant to be. Iyalode, now I know I am going to make a mess of her name. Her real name is Mawunyo Ogun, I believe. Mawunyo Ogun, but she was amazing as well. Rex, there's one lega boy in the play called Rex. Rex is Jolomi Amuka. He's gonna go places. You need to look out for this young man because he embodied his role perfectly. He was just a waste man, basically, just all packaging, and we all know somebody like that who came to London basically to be sweeping the road and to be washing dead bodies, goes back to Nigeria and is talking about, oh yeah, when I was in London and this and that. We all know someone like that. So he was completely amazing. The play was amazing. I am so pleased that we had Yorubas, we had Igbos, we had all sorts of people in there. The lead, there's a young man whose name in the play was Tosa. His real name is actually Patrick Deabua. Again, fantastic actor. I must say I take exception to Tosan being pronounced Tosan, with the N being pronounced, but that's the Shakiri in me coming out. I'm half Delta, so yeah, I had a bit of a problem with that. It's not Tosan, it's Tosa, but other than that, I really can't think of any. So let's think about the pros and the cons. The cons, they did a lot, they put in quite a lot of songs which are trending at the moment. So there was a little bit of, what's this, the guy that sang Wash, I forget his name. So his song was in there. There were a few of the songs that were out at the moment. There was Amorawa, Tabarirawa. There was all sorts of songs that are trending at the moment. I don't know how relevant those songs will be in a year's time. I don't know if people will still be listening to those songs. I don't know if people will even still remember them. But the pro of that, of course, is it got the audience hyped up. And we had a Nigerian musical the way Nigerians like to celebrate. We don't watch theatre just sitting down nicely as though this is the BBC and clapping in all the appropriate places. No, there was none of that. People were standing up in their seats. People were singing along. People were dancing. People were... that's the song. Duro was in it. What is his name? This small boy that sang Duro. Anyway, that was in it. There were just a few of the songs that are trending at the moment were all in there. It really helped to get the excitement levels up, and it helps to get people involved. Otumba, of course, seems to be some kind of Olamide fanatic, which is the voice of the streets, right? And that's how that goes. So I don't know how relevant those songs are. I don't know if the play will date very, very quickly. But then again, even if it does, there's nothing to say we cannot have such a play every single year. Like, if we were to bring out a new one, if there's something that celebrates Nigeria, I'm all for it. If there's something that we can be doing again and again, and if we can be having these sorts of packed out shows, the way I'm seeing that, the way the audience was First of all, the venue was packed out. Secondly, the participation from the audience. If they had run it for 2 weeks or 3 weeks or 4 weeks, they would have been packed out every night, because that place was buzzing by the end of the show. So that's the only other con. That's the con I can think of. I don't know if it will date that well, but even then, that's not necessarily such a big deal. There were some evergreens. There was quite a few fella songs in there. There was 1 or 2 Obey songs in there as well. It was, I mean, it was just amazing. I can't even tell you how I'm buzzing right now. Pro. This is a pro that I need to talk about, because these are the things that are important to me. Pro number 1. The audience was predominantly black. I've been to see Fela the Musical when Fela was in town, a couple of other things that we've done where it seems to be white people that enjoy our culture. It seems to be white people that come out and pay cash money to come and see, you know, programs that concern us, things that is our culture, programs that they're probably sitting in the audience thinking, what are these people doing? They don't even understand some of the references and some of the things that's going on. Whereas we will end up in a cinema watching X-Men, or end up doing something and supporting their culture and supporting what they're doing. So for me, for the fact that it was like the percentage of white people I saw in the hall were probably less than 10%. So for me, that was a big thumbs up, big winner. That really made me happy. Number 2, which is just a pet thing, and I have no problems at all with light-skinned people or anything like that, but I was so pleased to see a presentation that represented Nigerians in every single color that we come in. I am sick to my back teeth of music videos that are only light-skinned girls, and songs that are only light-skinned girls, and movies that are only light-skinned girls, or films that you see an actress and you're like, APC, change. Because this actress, when I saw her, the last thing I saw her in, she was a black woman. How is this color? Maybe it's her sister, maybe, well, who knows? You know, so there's this constant trending towards everything has to be light-skinned, everything has to be light-skinned, and I am very pro melanin. I'm very into, we're not all light-skinned. Some of us are really dark, some of us are really light, some of us are albinos. So let's have a representation of exactly who Nigerians are, and that's what happened in this play. I get the impression that the best people got the job, not necessarily the prettiest people or the most light-skinned people or the slimmest people or the tallest men or the guys with the six-pack. The people who could do the job, who could do who could represent the play exactly the way Bolanle pictured it in her mind, is exactly what happened. So for me, just to see a lot of blackness in the cast, if I could be so on PC as to say that, made me really pleased. The other thing that made me happy was, from what the producer, Bolanle Austen-Peters, said was last night, the entire cast was flown over from Nigeria to come and be part of this. So these are, some of them maybe are people who've never stepped foot in this country before. Some of them are people who've never stepped foot in this country in a professional capacity, coming to actually do their job. Maybe they've only been here as tourists or whatever. So for me, my heart was just warm and fuzzy based on the fact that the place was packed out. Their efforts have not been in vain. I can't even imagine how many rehearsals they would have done. I can't even imagine what. So to have your crafts, to have what you do appreciated like that, for the whole, there was a standing ovation at the end to come out and perform in front of people who paid good money to come and see you perform. I can't think of anything better. And these are the things we need to spend money on. These are the things we need to do. This is our culture being presented back to us in the best possible way. We are not fantastically corrupt. We are not dupists and package experts and whatever. We are Nigerians in every way. That means we love to dance, we love to laugh, we love to have fun, we do fall in love, we do fall out of love, we do go into the wide world to seek opportunities. Sometimes we come home, sometimes we stay out here. All of that all came together into Wakaa, and it was fantastic. To the producer, Bolanle Austen-Peters, well done. I really can't think of one single thing that you could have changed. amazing job. To all the people who supported it, who looked into things that are more than just oil and gas, who looked into theatre, who looked into culture, who looked into tourism, who looked into broadcasting who we are to the wide world. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I heard some names. I know Mixter was a sponsor, MTN was a sponsor. I know I've heard a few other names. DJ Abbas, well done in your tireless work in promoting this film. It was, oh, I'm sorry, this musical. It was everything. To the people who think these things are as important as, or contract work or I go hammer, thank you for showing the world exactly who Nigerians are. To the cast, thank you for not giving up on what you're passionate about and going to do, I don't know, going to sit in a bank somewhere or going to become a pharmacist or something. Thank you for I wish I had been in that audience with an Oyibo person or something. I would have been jabbing them 10,000 times saying, hey, look over here, look at us, this is who we are, this is what we do, this is actually why we're proud to call ourselves Nigerians, and why we're proud, we'll go anywhere in the world and say, yeah, I'm Nigerian. It doesn't get any better than who I am and where I'm from. So yeah, that's Wakaa in a nutshell. I loved it, loved every part of it. Never felt prouder to be Nigerian. Thank you to everyone. For those people who have yet to see it, who have already bought tickets, you will not be disappointed. It was amazing. Oh, I forgot one other cast member. Prof. There's a guy in the play called Prof. Ozzy. I believe his name is Ozzy Agu. Let me just check that. Ozzy Agu, that's correct. Ozzy Agu. Fantastic actor. I mean, everybody was fantastic. For those who I didn't mention your name, it's not because you were any worse. These are just the standout actors as far as I'm concerned. So that's it. Wakaa the Musical came to London. Wakaa the Musical smacked it. Wakaa the Musical was out the park. Those who haven't seen it, go and see it. Bolale, I pray you're able to do something with it. Maybe package it into a film, package it into something the rest of the world can see. For those in America, or if you're going to take it on tour, please do so. I keep getting people all the time on Viva Naija talking about, oh, is it coming to Manchester? Is it coming to Birmingham? Oh, I would have loved to see it, but I'm in Scotland, blah, 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 blah. Please make it available, make it accessible, because these are the sorts of things we need to see. Thank you, everyone. It was Rachel once again. Take care. Bye-bye.